In this video, we will be looking at solving a pair of simultaneous equations using the Cramer's rule. Cramer's rule works by taking determinants. So we want to find the value of x and the value of y. To find the value of x, we take the determinant of x and divide it by the main determinant. To find y, we take the determinant of y and divide by the main determinant. Now, how do we find the determinant or the main determinant? Well, the main determinant, we put these vertical bars, and within them we put the x coefficients and the y coefficients. Now, what are the x coefficients? These are the numbers before x. So we have 3, that's the first number, and the other number before x is 2. In the y column, we'll take the coefficients of y. So the first y coefficient is 1. That's the number to the left of y that we usually don't write. And here we don't see another number, so it should be a 1 there. And since we have a minus, we treat it as a -1. Now, in computing the determinant, we multiply the elements in the main diagonal. So 3 times -1 is -3, minus 1 times 2, that's 2. So we multiply the elements in the main diagonal, get -3. Then we multiply the elements in the other diagonal, 1 times 2, give us 2. And then we subtract. So -3 minus 2, this gives us -5. So what I just did is to say, if we have a 2 by 2 matrix and we want to find the determinant of A, these are the elements A, B, C, D, we multiply the elements in the main diagonal, so A times D, and then we subtract the elements, the product of the elements in the other diagonal, B times C, which is BC. And that's how we find the determinant of a 2 by 2 matrix. So this is exactly what we did here. Now we found the determinant of M. Now let's finish finding the value of x. So we need the determinant of x. In other words, we need to find the x matrix. And what I'm going to do here, I am going to put back the same elements I had originally. Then I'll do something. Just watch. Since I'm trying to find the determinant of the x matrix, I'm going to replace the x values. I'm trying to find x. So we're saying they're not there. We can't see them because we're trying to find them. But we're going to replace them with what? Well, these values at the end. These are our replacers, right? 9 and 11. Now, once we have that, then we carry the instruction. These vertical bars mean to take the determinant. Again, when we have a 2 by 2 matrix, we multiply the elements in the main diagonal. So it's 9 times -1, that's give us -9, minus, that's part of the formula, B times C. So it's 1 times 11, which is 11. I'll compute this and give us -20. Okay, so we found the x determinant. So now we can just simply enter those values. So that is going to be -20 that we just found by the main determinant, which is -5. And so x is equal to +4. Now let us find the y matrix, the determinant of the y matrix. So what we need to have the x values are the x column and the y column. In the x column, let's go back to the original, all right? So we're taking the 3, the 2, the 1, and -3, the 2, the 1, and -1. But we're going to do something here, so don't go as yet. We're trying to find y, so we're replacing the y. Whatever we're trying to find, replace that column. And we're going to use the replacer again, 9 and 11. And then we compute the determinant of the y matrix. So remember, these vertical bars mean to compute the determinant. And to find the determinant of a 2 by 2 matrix, the product of the elements in the main diagonal. So here we have the main diagonal. 3 times 11 is 33. And we subtract according to the formula the product of the elements in the other diagonal. So that's 9 times 2, which gives us 18. When we compute this, this gives us 15. So we found dy. Okay, so what we're going to do now is to enter those values. dy is 15 and dm is -5. And so y is equal to -3. 15 divided by -5 is -3. So our solution, x equal 4 and y equals -3. Let's look at the second example. Again, to find x, we take the determinant of the x matrix and divide it by the main determinant. To find y, we take the determinant of the y matrix and divide by the main determinant. And so let us find the determinant, the main determinant. We should have an x column and a y column. Under the x column we have 3 and 2. Under the y column we have -5 and +5. And the vertical poles mean for us to take the determinant. In doing so, we multiply the elements in the main diagonal. 3 5s, that's 15. Multiply by 2 times -5, that's -10. Now subtracting a negative is to add positive. So it's 15 plus 10, which gives us 25. Let us find, now that we found the main determinant, let's find the determinant of the X matrix. Again, we put the same values in first, and then we do a replacement. Since we're trying to find X, we're going to replace the X with what? These elements at the end, 1 and 9. And then we will compute the determinant, is what the vertical bars mean. Multiply the elements in the main diagonal. 1 times 5 is 5, and then we subtract according to the formula. And then we multiply -5 by 9. That will give us -45. So 5 subtracting a negative is a positive. That's 45. 5 plus 45, that gives us 50. Okay, now let's proceed to find the determinant of the Y matrix. Again, we go back to the original coefficients. 3 and 2 that go under the X column. -5 and 5 go under the Y column. Now, since we're trying to find Y, we replace the elements in the Y column. With what though? Again, these values on the outside, the constants, 1 and 9. To find the determinant, we multiply the elements in the main diagonal. 3 times 9 is 27. Then we subtract according to the formula 5 for finding the determinant of a 2 by 2 matrix. Now let's multiply these. 1 times 2, that gives us 2. And this solution would be 25. So now we have our 3 important determinants. Let's solve. The determinant of the X matrix is 50. The determinant, or the main determinant, is 25, which means that X is equal to 25 into 50, which is 2. dy, that is our determinant of the Y matrix, is 25. We divide by the determinant of M, which is 25. And our solution for Y, therefore, is 1. And so we have our two values, X equals 2, Y equals 1. If we should plug these values into the equations, we can see that they are correct. 3 times the X value of 2 minus 5 times the Y value we found, which is 1. 3 2s is 6, minus 5 1s is 5, and this gives us 1, which is what we have here. Let's plug in the values in the other equation. 2 times X plus 5 times Y. 2 times X, the X value is 2, and the Y value we found is 1. So 2 2s is 4, 5 1 is 5, and 5 plus 4 is 9, which is the value we found here. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, and you can share your comment of how much you appreciate this video. Thank you.